Hey team, welcome to the Funnel Roast and Review. I'm Mike Killen. If you've never met me before, you can actually submit your funnels to be reviewed by me. This is the first ever one we've done, so this could be an absolute unmitigated disaster. If you are watching, I think I've got an ability to see live comments. I'm using StreamYard to broadcast this. And what we're going to do is we're going to review some funnels, some pages that you guys have sent in. I'm going to do my best to give some feedback on what I think could be better, what could be changed, and hopefully there's some things that you can fix. Now, if you would like to submit your funnel to this, if you head to this link here, go.sellyourservice.co.uk/roast, you will be presented with a page that looks a lot like this. If I share my screen, here we go. And you can put in your information and you can submit your funnels to be reviewed and roasted. And obviously it's all public, so obviously don't share anything that you don't want anyone else to know about. But I'll guarantee you, this has actually been way more popular than I thought it was going to be. If you do this, and the more funnel reviews we do, the more useful it is for you guys, obviously. But I guarantee you'll get more from any type of work you do when you get someone else's eye to cast over it. So we've had a lot of, I'll get rid of that pop-up. I'll get rid of that pop-up. That's obviously something I've forgotten. I've left in from the template that I've used. Hey, bet. Oh, cool. Watching from the Dominican Republic. That's awesome. I think I'd rather be on the beach in the Dominican Republic, but we'll get onto it. It's really good to hear from you as well, Beth. I know I've been very quiet, kind of cloistered away, so I'm glad to catch up with you. So here's what we're going to do. I've got a list here of funnels. I'm not going to go through these in any particular order, but obviously if you have submitted your funnel sooner rather than later, that probably means I will get around to it, which is, I'm presuming what most people want to do. I'm going to shut this one down. We're going to get the spreadsheet up, and then we're just going to jump into it. So, excellent. Hey, Stephen, good to see you. Stephen, I think I've got one of your funnels here, haven't I? Which it looks like we'll have time to go through that. So the legacy builder, hey guys from Nigeria, that's awesome. Okay, let's get into this. So the first one I want to look at here is raw stock stats. So it's really important when we take a look at these funnels. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to have a scroll through this, and then on the page, or if you guys have sent it in, you've usually sent me sort of like what it is that you want the funnel to do. Is it a sales page? Is it an opt-in page? Is it designed for conversions? Is it designed to book calls? And so this one here looks to be a sales page. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and we're going to go through. This is quite a long page. Okay, so this is a stock page. This is from Mudib. Goal, buy one of the products. So it's a sales page. Yeah, we've only had a few people that have clicked links. What I think I might start asking for is traffic, because that's obviously kind of useful to know where we're actually coming from. But I'm going to paste this in here, and we can have a better look at it. Inside concepts, he says, bum, bum, bum. Unless that's not working, this could be an absolute disaster, because like I said, I've never done one of these before live on YouTube. Where are we? Yeah, this one. I want to copy that. And that says copied. Are we going to paste in here? Can we paste in? Interesting. Doesn't look like we can. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, excellent. It's frozen a bit. There we go. Oh, it's because I've now pasted it in twice. It's now going to paste it in 100 times. Okay. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to delete this one. And then, yeah, cool. Let's have a look. All right. So this looks to be a sales page to show revolutionize your stock picking game and increase your profits. So basically, this isn't a subscription to be able to get what the best kind of stocks are. So I've got a few key kind of problems I have with this page already. Raw stock stats, RSS and stock analytics, SP 500 forecast to see the next 2 to 3 days running tally. This here is basically it's nonsense. Now, this is a problem with a lot of businesses. When you're an expert, that might make sense to you. When you know what you're talking about, that might make sense. And the mistake that we often make is with a lot of our products and services is we assume that our clients are on the same level as us, and they're not. What we need to do is rework this to make absolute sense as if they are basically a child. So when we look at raw stock stats, RSS stock analytics, 500 forecast to see the next 2 to 3 days, running tally 89% accurate. Let's say that I'm a potential customer and audience looking to be interested in something like this. Now, it might be that even the most basic person who invests in stocks and stuff knows what this language means. I would hazard a guess that they don't. And even if they do, clarity beats clever every single time. So when we look at something like this, the actual the next two lines are actually slightly better. Here's the reality. Here's how people read this. They read up here first, then they go straight down to the bottom of the page or the bottom of the screen, and then they read the bit in the middle. These three pieces here, or these two pieces here, are actually slightly more interesting and clear than the entire headline. Are you ready to revolutionize your stock picking game and increase your profits? That should be the headline. Our SP 500 forecast report is packed with valuable cutting edge trading data to help you achieve financial independence. Right, I would get rid of this. This is ideal for you if you do short term. I would change that to this is ideal for, get rid of you, and then get rid of this. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. In a way, I'm glad to hear. Am I blank? Here we go. No, we're still here. So immediately, I want to make sure that the audience is called out. At no point in this have we told who this is for. Is this for sophisticated investors, first-time investors, investors with 10K to spare, investors with $1 to spare? Any type of headline that I want to see on a page like this immediately needs to do three things. And I suspect we're probably going to see this a few times. It needs to pick out the audience, so who. It needs to figure out the token that they want, and it needs to figure out the time that they'll get it. You kind of have that a little bit with like revolutionize your stock picking game with the token, but I don't have a who in here. So there's an enormous difference between if you're under the age of 25 and you want to invest for the first time compared to if you're a sophisticated investor and you're already, trading regularly. Those are two completely different audiences, and you need to call out who that audience is in the headline. And then if I'm being 100% honest, I get the whole kind of Gen Z style marketing, hey bro, I'm so cool that I can even just draw stuff like this. In my experience, people with budget, with actual money to spend, are not swayed by this kind of stuff. Think about your options. And I completely understand that there will be people out there who will prove me wrong on this, and that's fine. But if I've got two types of people, let's say I've got budget and I've got money to spend, do I want to invest my money with someone who looks like they'll give me information but it hasn't been particularly polished? Or do I want to put it together, or do I want to get someone who it is polished? Now, I know that that might be judgmental, but it is. Your customers are immediately judging what it is that you're going through. A lot of this needs tidying up. I mean, we're already 10 minutes into this. Maybe I can come back to that. But to be honest, the biggest problem with this is that the top of the page, people are already confused and turned off by what it is. And it needs to call out who. It needs to tell them what it is that they're actually getting. I mean, I would rewrite this to be something along the lines of, if you're looking to invest your first $100, I can tell you exactly where to put your money within the next 2 days, without you having to think. That's how I would reword that personally. But this is a good start. This is interesting. I appreciate that. There's a lot more that I could talk about with this particular page. I think a lot of the copy needs to be cut down massively. It needs to be rewritten from the perspective of the customer. I would imagine this is perhaps a first draft, in which case it needs to be rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. If you think, well, I don't have time to create good graphics, and I understand that this is very popular in like Gen Z, kind of like, hey, I'm just doing this cool kind of like, bad drawing, but bad drawings are kind of cool and funny. The reality is when you're making sales, unless your audience are already super, super, super warm and they know who you are, all this does is put them off because it's actually confusing. There is an enormous difference between a bad drawing that is simple and easy to understand, like a funnel where I put in traffic and at the bottom comes out money. That is a bad drawing, but it's simple to understand. I don't know what trade on news and as the wind blows and stuff means. It's difficult for me to figure this out. This is essentially a thumbnail and it needs to be figured out. Cool. We might come back to this one in future. Oh, there was one other thing actually. I don't know if I can see this. Can we see this on the page? Yeah, here. Maybe I'll just do this in the page. Who am I? Chemical engineer with a master's in material science and engineering. What on earth has that got to do with stocks and shares? I couldn't care less. I truly couldn't care less. That's kind of like saying, hey, my name's Mike Killen. I'm going to here to review and roast your funnels, and I'm a gold medal winning athlete. Like, what's that got to do? There's no congruency between the result that you're trying to offer and who you are. If you want to get rid of all of this, I would say, from the age of 21 or whatever it is, I managed to become completely financially free due to these trading strategies. That's what I would say. Cool. Excellent. Hey guys, glad to have you with me. Awesome. Let's move on to the second one. So who have we got here? Jethro. So like I said, guys, if you do want to submit, I probably won't get around to it today, but we'll probably do these a few times. If you head to go.sellyourservice.co.uk/roast, you should be able to put in your information. And yeah, I'll do my best to kind of get around to it next time. Okay, let's close that down and let's have a look at this. Okay. With over 10 million, presumably Nigerian dollars generated, here's how I build landing pages that convert. I'd get rid of that. That's, no one's, I don't care about that. Instead, I would probably reword these two if you did want to do something like that. So can I draw on this screen? Can I do that, Edge? There used to be a way to do that really easily. Let's capture, I think I can just draw on it this way, actually. Info product creators, affiliate marketers, coaches, and e-com. No, I don't want this. I want the whole thing. Here we go. Yeah, you guys can see that, right? Can I draw? Here we go. Yeah, this is nice and easy. So first thing, get rid of that. It's irrelevant. Info product creators, 1. Affiliate marketers, 2. Coaches, 3. And e-com experts, 4. Use my landing pages to get buyers, not just leads. So this part here is strong. I don't think it's brilliantly strong. We can work on this, but there are 4 audiences that are called out here. What you are doing is you think you are creating a net by saying I can capture all these different people, and that's actually not what you're doing. What you're actually doing is causing bottlenecks because you're narrowing down every single time. The irony is if you were to just put info product creators and get rid of all the rest, info product creators would be more likely to sign up. Because as soon as I see info product creators and affiliate marketers, I, as an info product creator, don't think, oh, he also helps affiliate marketers. I think this also won't be applicable to me because it's talking to 2 other types of people. Now, regardless of whether the process is the same, you only can call out one type of audience. Now, if you're smart enough, you could probably think of an audience type that is all 4 of these. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what that would be. But you need to narrow down the audience and not try to capture all of them, because that's actually not what you're doing. What you're doing is creating a bottleneck. Let's move that down. When most of my clients come around, they usually say one of these things. I've been trying to create courses and ebooks, but it takes so long. I don't have to get sales. Okay, so here's what I want to do is on this section here, we need to make this way tighter. This needs to say something along the lines of info product. Oh, I do not like this at all. What if I cancel all of that? And then let's put this inside a Google Doc, maybe. Copy. Now, also, is this this is to book a call. Down, Jethro, down. So we've got lots of testimonials, which is great. That link doesn't work, but maybe that's because this is like a testing system. So if I was to rework this, here's how I would reword it. And then I tell you exactly how I'd redo this page. Bum, bum, bum. So we'll take this, copy that. I think this laptop might be on its last legs. Okay, and we would change this to info product creators. Here's how we want to focus it on something that they care about. Here's how to make $10,000 in 30 days using just one page and no email marketing or ads. What you're doing is you're talking about your process, and that's irrelevant. And also, when we say to get buyers, great, I like that. How many buyers? How many buyers? How much are they worth? And how much time? The more specific and explosive you can make the offer, the more likely someone is to book. And then I would actually just remove all of this copy and I would just have reviews. What I would even do is I would get on calls with your clients and I would just have client reviews over and over and over and over and over. And then the offer needs to be something along the lines of not I'd like to get started, or I want results like this is not a million miles off. That's pretty good. Again, here's how this works. I'm not going to be reading that. It's just there's too much information here. Wall of Works, I guess, works okay, but in actual fact, to me, what's more important is having potential customers in the same bracket talk about how here's how like a thing like this like our one is just a wall of testimonial videos. That's all it is. And you can see, here we go. We just talk about the 3 highlights. We think when we give people a lot of information that they're going to be looking to review it and use it, and they don't. They just want to be told, here's what to do. So that's why it needs to be hyper specific around the result you're going to get. Info product creators, here's how to make $10,000 in 30 days using just 1 page and no email marketing or ads. Now, if you haven't done that, fine, you need to reword it, but it needs to be so explosive and specific that they'll go, this is for me, and I'd be stupid not to take Jethro up on a call. Cool. Okie dokie. Let's have a look at another one. It's good. We're doing well. We're doing good here, guys. And I massively applaud everyone for sending this in because it's very, very vulnerable, and it's scary to do this, but this is how you grow and develop. Okay, there's way too much going on here. Wait, already. This is like being kind of having a, and this is from Xavier. So hey Xavier, and the idea is to get their email address and send them to the opt-in page. So here's the thing, we've got instant access here. Now maybe this doesn't work at the moment, but wait, there's more. Then we've got a video where I can book a call. And then there's an opt-in. We need to decide what the singular one call to action is going to be. Is it going to be getting their email address? Or is it going to be to book a call? Because if it's getting their email address, we need to structure the page in one way, or the entire funnel in one way. If it's to book a call, we need to structure another way. If you can do both, you just can't do them both at the same time. Here's how I like to do both. And I'll give you guys a really quick example if concepts will catch up with me. No? Why isn't this moving? I don't know. Here we go. All right. If you want to get opt-ins and book a call, do this. Do this as an opt-in page, and then redirect them afterwards towards a video sales letter that essentially gets them to book a call. That's how I would structure this. So Life Lift Man's, what you have to understand about headlines is that you're taking for granted what your people know about you already. Obviously, I know who you are, but I didn't know that your Life to Lift Man's is the name of your channel or your program or whatever. Get rid of it. It's completely irrelevant. Unless you're driving traffic directly back from a credential page like your YouTube channel or something, it's irrelevant. Instead, what you need to do again is you need to call out who the audience is specifically. Are you talking to men under the age of 20? Are you talking to men over the age of 20? Are you talking to men under the age of 60? Are you talking to men who are already earning 100,000? Are you talking to men who are already wealthy but suffering spiritual trauma or whatever? You need to talk about who your audience is first. I know you think you're giving away a lot. There is no way in hell that if someone is coming in here from traffic, I want to have a look here, traffic to the page, YouTube and Instagram, there's no way they're going to read all of this. The mistake we make is if we give people lots of information, then they'll read it, and they won't. What I want you to do is the next time you see an ad, I want you to take a look at it and immediately ask yourself when you look at it, can I tell how my life will be better with this? If you can't, it's not a good advert. If you can, think, oh my God, it's because it will help me lose weight in 5 days. Look at the advert and understand why do you know that? And it's because they're saying less, not more. the key to high converting landing pages is removing copy, removing removing copy and content. Basically, it's difficult for me to even tell what it is I get from this. 20 years of men's struggles, 6 years of tedious research and stress, compelled into 5 digestible books for you. That do what? That do what? And I know you then say what you'll discover in each guide. I'm not going to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs to understand what I get from it. I'm not that patient. No human being on earth is. And now when a lot of people hear this information, they go, well, actually my audience do read it. I disagree, they don't. If you look at our most successful landing page, opt-in page of all time, this has a 60 to 65% opt-in rate and has made us generate us tens of thousands of leads. Free 10K checklist, uncover exactly what's preventing you from adding 10K a month to your revenue. It couldn't be more simple. I don't tell people any other details. There's a few things here. These are basically just 3 more headlines. I could even use these as headlines. This generates tens and tens of thousands of leads for us. And then obviously we have the click pop as well. If we think about traffic, we've got here, I think, which is what you actually asked for, is how could I generate more traffic? The reality is I still haven't figured out the overlap between who you're helping and the core problem they've got. So if I look at the kind of the 2 things that is, once I've got that, creating content and driving traffic is extremely easy. If I go men who are between 20 and 30, and their biggest problem is, I mean, hell, we could go to ChatGPT now and say, come up with 20 banger video ideas of aimed at men between the ages of 20 and 30 who are suffering from loneliness, and it will create a ton of ideas. And then I would say, by the way, if you want to get better at this, I'm going to show you how to beat loneliness in 5 days without having to spend a cent on supplements and without having to take any self-improvement courses. That's how I want to transition people over. Good. I like this. This is really, really good. Obviously, I wish I could do way more in depth. Maybe I will. But, what's this one? So this is now Flourish Media. Stephen, I think we've got yours next if you're still on the call, I think. Let's have a look at this one here. Okay. Okay, immediately the Flourish funnel framework that has helped coaches. Okay, so that's, I'd get rid of this. And I would simply get rid of, we can even do this live, can't we? And let's jump in here and let's change this to coaches book. Now, what does premium mean? You see, a lot of the time we use words like premium, exclusive, high ticket because we don't want to land on a number. And the reality is the number is all that matters. Some people will not get out of bed for $100,000 house or £100,000 house. Other people know that £100,000 house is exactly what they're looking for because the tenancy ROI is way better on it. So when we say premium clients, what does premium mean? If we were to change this and make it more specific and say $15,000 a month clients, in just 45 days without relying on ads. That's a really strong headline. So there's a lot of strength in that because we've called out who it's for. We've also called out, unfortunately, there's no more information I've got on this. No more feast or famine months. This system gets high-paying clients you're knocking on your door in 45 days. Yeah, that's good. How do I get results like these? Where does this then go through to? Step 1, watch the bonus video. Definitely probably not going to do that. And again, this is falling into the trap of thinking if I give people information, they're more likely to make a good decision. And the reality is that's actually not how people work. I would want to capture their information immediately. So where it says, how do I get these results? Spots are limited. I would click on this, open up a pop-up form, ask for their name, email address, and phone number, and then redirect them to the next page. I want to capture information on this. If this link goes through to a checkout page, it's slightly different. We say spots are limited, only 6 left, but I would want to capture some data here right now. But this overall is not terrible. I mean, again, people like saying, oh, a little bit about us. I don't really see a huge amount of value in that. Steal our Flourish funnel framework. So I see what you're getting at here. You're trying to create a product name. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is it's still not particularly clear who it is and what they get on what we get for them. You've got risk removals. That's good. Yeah, 2 things. First of all, change this and make sure it's on. Booking a call goes through. You're just capturing information straight away. Okay, you capture information straight away. Cool. Stephen. Let's make sure. Is there anyone else who's been on the call, by the way, been on YouTube? Hello, who's had their website reviewed? Say hello if you're there. Stephen, this is your page, I'm fairly certain. Okie dokie. So new AI system saves businesses. I don't know why you need to have speech marks in it. That doesn't make any sense to me. AI system saves businesses $1,000 per month on agencies. Get 3 to 5 more leads for less spend right now. So this falls into the trap of wanting to try and make something sound exciting but not specific. And it's really common. It's not just you. Everyone has this problem. Now, if I take this page here and let's create some text, and I'm going to say, first of all, I don't know who the businesses are. New AI system. I don't hate that. That's good because that sounds new and exciting and cutting edge. And then if we were to say saves businesses £1,000 per month on agencies, I don't know what that means. That's the problem. And if you're now saying, and again, Stephen, you might be watching this, if you're saying to yourself, oh, well, it simply means this, if you have to explain it, that's a problem. Instead, if I was to put in brand new cutting edge AI system, generates 100 leads an hour and saves, we need to pick a business as well. The reality is it needs to have a business. Saves course, or let's say it saves education businesses over $1,000 a month. Let's try this. So so 3 to 5 is too vague. And I know that people say, well, it's because I'm, everyone's different. Here's what you need to start thinking about in terms of your offer. Your offer should actually be a pinnacle that your clients are trying to reach. This is your offer here. So if you were to take the best possible case study and say, if everyone implemented everything in my program and process 100%, and they started at the best possible position they could be in at 100%, what could they expect? And you would say they could probably expect, like I say, 100 leads an hour. They would save $12,000 a year, and they would sell, I don't know, a $10,000 program. This pinnacle offer is what you have to put in your page. And what this means, awesome, I'm glad to see you. What this means is that they'll go, oh my God, that sounds phenomenal. Now, everyone, when I tell them this, goes, yeah, but how can I guarantee that type of result to everyone? I need to make it vague so I fit into that type of process. And that's the wrong way of thinking about it, because how you should be thinking about it is, I know I can get people this type of incredible killer result. Like I say, 100 leads an hour, save them $1,000, whatever. Now, you're not saying, as soon as you click this button, I guarantee I can do it for absolutely everybody. You're saying, this is what I'm going to help you get. When they book a call, you're then going to have a conversation with them where you qualify them. And if you learn from them that actually they probably won't be able to get 100 leads an hour, they probably won't be able to save $1,000, and they probably won't be able to make a $10,000 sale, you talk them through that. You say, okay, so based on everything you've told me, we can still help. I think we would probably be able to generate you maybe 20 leads a day at the moment, which is still higher than your average. We'll probably be able to save you $100 a month, and we think we can probably sell your $5,000 program. How does that sound? And they go, yeah, that's absolutely fine. The offer is not, here's what I can guarantee to every single person. The offer is, here's what we have done for one person, or even here's what we are aiming to do. And if you fill out all of these criteria, you'll be able to hit that number. During the qualification process, where we will be qualifying you and consulting you and having calls with you, we will determine a better, a more accurate understanding. The mistake people make is they try to make things vague, and they also try to fill them with caveats. And those are extremely boring. And the cold hard reality is we can't put both of those things in here. So apart from that, this isn't too bad. Like, I like the page. I really like that it's minimal and cut down. Where are we? Done for you ad setup. We set up your first campaign for you. So the only other thing here is, it's, again, this might be a what do we call it? Like a layout page or something. You've got this random bullet point check mark over here, which looks messy. Even on my monitor, I can't see the button, and it's not immediately clear that this looks like a button. This, to me, actually looks like a footer. So I would move that up. I'd get rid of website turbo. We don't need that. And when it says get free training, so we're confused, right? Is it a done for you ad setup where we set up your first AI campaign for you, or is it to get free training? Which is it? It needs to be way more specific. So we need to say, brand new underground AI system generates 100 leads an hour and saves course creators $1,000 a month in just 5 days. Brackets will even set up the ad campaign, will even set up the campaign for you. And then we've got like, AI is running 20% of Google, Facebook's now. It's just the beginning. Again, this is more information about the thing. It's not for me. Instead, I would say, yeah, slash your ad costs. That's good. Yeah, without hiring an agency, that's good. Again, it's 3 to 5x more leads. I want to see a photo or something. Yeah, the numbers are irrelevant, Stephen. Don't get hung up on the numbers. You put that in. But yeah, if it's 50 leads a week is like crushing it, then great. If that's what they go, fucking hell, 50 leads a week, that'd be awesome. And then absolutely, you then work them back down during the qualification, saying, based on what you've told us about your process, we can probably get you 10. That's not going to be a problem for them, because they'll go through that qualification process with them. So yeah, get your first AI powered ad running in 7 days. So here's what I'm going to suggest. at the moment, don't put the risk removal in it just yet, because this isn't a sale. I do just want to say, look, you can get your first AI powered ad running in 7 days. I would change that. Generate your first lead or get your first 50 leads in just 7 days. Swap it from the process you're giving them to what it is that they're actually getting. What is it that they want? So yeah, the only two things I would really focus on here, mate, is specificity of the token, and also like, who is this for? You say for businesses, but there's a huge difference between, 3M and like my local kind of handyman, right? It's good. This is good, guys. All right, we've got a couple more here that I think we can get to. Let's have a look here. So let me know, guys, if you want like more depth and detail on a page. Would you rather I do only 3 and I just like crushed 3 of them, or even 1 and just did 1? Or would you rather I try to find one thing to fix on multiple pages? Okay, LED light up store. We want to get 1,000 sales a day. No traffic, no sales, no abandoned carts, and we're getting mainly from Google. Okay. Right, so this looks like, obviously, it looks like a drop shipping e-commerce page. This is all over the place. LED light up store, and then we've got a basketball, a toilet brush, an LED boom, light tube, and some squishy toys. You call yourself LED lights, and then first of all you tell me to visit the walk-in store. But why would you do that if I'm like, if I want to buy something? It's difficult to know without being specific about the traffic source. When we say Google, is it Google Ads, organic Google? Like, what do you mean? But there's way too much going on here. There's too much randomness. There doesn't seem to be anything specific. And then we've got all of these. Now, again, I'm going to guess this is all drop shipping. If I were you, I would focus on finding your most profitable, valuable, most likely to sell product, and I would just have that everywhere. This is another classic example of the choice mistake. So, what's his name? Seth Godin talks about this. He talks about, he had this example where in India, they gave people the chance to have like a free pair of glasses, or like a very cheap pair of glasses. So he laid out a table and he had like lots of pairs of glasses. On the table, and what you found is that when everyone was looking at them, they didn't have a huge amount of conversions. And he thought, but if I've got lots of glasses on the table, then surely people will want to buy them. And he gave lots of different colors. So, they had green and they had red and they had all these different colors. And he thought by having lots and lots and lots of options will increase conversions. And what he found is what ended up increasing conversions for him is to have the table and have one pair of glasses on them. That was it. We think choice is a good thing. We've been led to believe that choice is a good thing. We've been led to believe that choice is a good thing as both a consumer and a supplier. And neither of those is true. The difference is that what people really want is they want to be told, here is the thing that is going to fix your vision. Now, when someone says, oh yeah, I absolutely love this pair of glasses, you go, fantastic. And I think at the time they were selling them for the equivalent of $2 or something, which is like exponentially cheaper. And again, they thought, well, because we have loads and loads and loads of these different glasses on offer as choice for $2, people will go nuts for them. And actually what people want to know is this going to fix my problem and solve my problem for me? So when we look at a page like this, the first thing I'm seeing is visit our walk-in store, which is insane to me because I'm on an e-commerce website. And then I would simply pick the product that was going to do better than anything else, kids' smartwatches, for example. And again, I'm presuming this is a drop shipping site, which isn't really my strength, but the principles still stay the same. And I would choose a really valuable high profit margin one like this. And I would just have this everywhere. This is the only thing I would sell. I would massively reduce what it is that I'm trying to sell and just focus on one product. Every other drop shipping idiot out there is going to go, no, bro, that's completely incorrect. That's wrong. Look how Amazon sells. Amazon has been going for almost 20 years now, almost 25 years, over 25 years. And they did just sell one product to start with. Everyone forgets this. Amazon just sold books for a long time. That's all they sold, is just books. And what they did is they would market to you after you bought a book. That's how they got your information. And even now, the way their algorithm works, they want you to buy one product because they know they can sell to you after you buy that product. This is way too much information. You've got everything from health and beauty, and also the buttons and stuff. It's like, I wouldn't buy from this, and I buy shit from all over the world, and I wouldn't spend any money here because it just doesn't look put together. It looks half finished. And I think, you know what? I feel more secure shopping somewhere else like Amazon. So that's where I'm going to spend my money. So you're better off having a page and a business that sells one product and it looks, this is exactly where you should spend your money compared to anywhere else. I need to be more specific. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. And of course, you and I can have more conversations about this. Okie dokie. Patrick, create MMR. So this is the last one. It's good when you can do 3 funnel reviews instead of a deep dive into one. Okay, interesting. Right. So let's have a look here. So we're currently generating some traffic. The idea is to collect email, phone, and name. So the software founder can watch a short video. We haven't got enough traffic right now. Okay, great. Okay, 15 to 20 minutes on a funnel, recommend a few changes, come back in some time and do a follow-up. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okie dokie. So, okay. So this looks good. I'm going to make, so this is, whose is this? Patrick. Okay. We help $1 million ARR software companies. What is an ARR software company? Administrators and hosting providers create balancing rules. National. Okay, so I don't know. Application request routing or Australian rainfall and runoff. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I'm okay. So we've got the audience here. Now it doesn't actually matter if I know what the audience is, but we've got the audience. This is a good start. Sign enterprise clients. Good. I like this. The one thing that's missing from this is some kind of specificity. Thank you, Obama. Thank you, President Obama. Oh, right. It's a software term for annual revenue recurring. Okay, right. Thank you, Patrick. Okay, so that's interesting. So you're saying if they're currently making over $1 million annual recurring revenue, in that case, I would get rid of that. I know what annual recurring revenue is, but I presumed it had something to do with software as opposed to the amount of money, because you've already told me, we help $1 million plus revenue businesses. If they're doing $1 million plus, ARR probably needs to come into the qualification stage. So I would remove that personally. And then if you can get more specific about the type of software, are they front end, back end? Do they sell? Maybe this is like a product type. So do they sell themselves like a subscription product? Do they sell white label subscription? Whatever that might be. And then sign enterprise clients. We need to have a specific amount, because There's a big difference between signing a $25,000 enterprise client and a $4 million enterprise client. That's going to be the important point, is I would change the enterprise client specificity about who it is that they are getting. We call this a token in marketing. Coaches want clients, dentists want patients, cleaning companies want contracts. That's what we call like the token for how they know they're making money. Now, this is good without hiring more SDR teams. I really like that because that's kind of a headache. They think they're going to have to do that. But I would also say within a certain amount of time, I know you've got our 90-day pilot program, builds and implements, structured, completely done for you. That's very wordy. And again, it's talking about you, and it shouldn't talk about you. It should talk about the client. So we could change this to, we help $1 million subscription software companies, or $1 million $1 million front end software companies sign $50,000 enterprise clients without hiring more SDR teams in 90 days. That's how I restructure that. And the problem is you've then got all of this and you expect someone to scroll down. Now, I'm not a huge believer in the fold. Is B2B specific enough? We don't market B2C. So B2B software companies, yes, that's better. I would try to find something even stronger, but it's certainly a good start. That's a good start, Patrick. But I would try to find something a bit more specific, to be honest. What I would want to see is I would want to see this image. The thing is, again, I understand this is called the expert problem. You want to say, hey, look, I can show you everything. I, the customer, is not going to read through all of this. So if our pure goal for this one is to collect email addresses, yep, which by the way, I love that you've got 2-part opt-in. That's perfect. That's absolutely fantastic. But I would remove this. I would change it to 3 bullet points, very similar to like my layout. And by the way, guys, you should be just copying and ripping off my stuff. Right? Just rip it off. I'm going to be the last person on earth to say, oh my God, you're using the exact same template. Just rip it off. Right? I ripped this off from Miles Beckler. Okay, so everything's stolen. So if we were to change that to the new headline, the image, I don't have a problem with you sharing this as an image like that, but it needs to be way more simplified because it's not going to be something they're going to read. It's just adding weight. I would then add 3 bullet points. Essentially, what do they get when they sign up? So you could say the fastest way to find a 6-figure client without doing any networking, or this is the #1 thing that prevents businesses from finding clients, or avoid this killer enterprise software mistake, and then say to them, access the, what actually is it? Yeah, so I'd get rid of we help because we need them to go through. So I would want to say either at least what it is, or like how we can, like, what is it that they're actually signing up for? Is it a training video? I know you've got down here, access the video, but you say we help at the top. And so I would rewrite this as something like $1 million plus B2B software companies. Here's how to sign 5 new $50,000 clients without hiring more SDR teams in 90 days. Access the video below. I'd move this to the side over here. I'd have 3 bullet points and a button that says, watch the free training here. That's how I would structure that. Cool. I've been talking for an hour now, and so I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I hope this was useful. Yeah, so this replay is just going to stay here. I don't know why, or how, or when. I think it goes up instantaneously. If you do want to get yours reviewed, maybe we'll do this again like next month. You can head over to this here. and you can submit your there we go. Submit your funnel for review. In the meantime, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been really, really good to check out with you guys. How do I send you my funnel for the next time you do it next month? So head to this link here, go.sellyourservice.co.uk/roast. I'll also put it in the description because I only set this up about 8 seconds before I jumped on the call. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Massively appreciate it. I hope this was useful. If it was useful, maybe do me a favor, leave a like and maybe share it with like your clients and your friends and stuff. Post it around. That'd be massively helpful. In the meantime, I will speak to you guys later and have a fantastic rest of your week. Okay, bye guys.